Hi, everybody. How are y'all? Thank you so much for coming in today. I am so grateful to have y'all here and being a part of this live with me. Some of y'all may know, some of y'all may not know that today is World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. And today is dedicated to promoting change, education, and support for those in the narcissistic abusive relationships. So I'm going to say hello to everyone. Just bear with me for 1 second, y'all. Okay, thank y'all for your patience. I am back. So I want to say hello to everyone before we get started. Hello, Karen, Custody Free. Thank you for being here. And Wellness with Frugal Mama. Hello, Pat. How are you? Thank you for coming. And Shirley, Nancy, thank you. Sister Lisa, thank y'all for coming in. Elise, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate y'all so much. And those that are watching on Facebook and on my other channel as well, thank y'all so much for coming in. I really appreciate all the love, the support, and I pray that today will help someone else that are going through narcissistic abuse, because I feel like we really need this day. This day is very important, and it's not. This is not brought to the light across the world. You know, we try to bring this to the light and help others, but sometimes the message doesn't go out like we want it to. So I'm glad that they did dedicate this day for us to be able to share our stories and share our testimony and be able to help others that are going through narcissistic abuse. So this is why I'm here today, and I don't want to be here long with y'all. Now I will, because I have my presentation put together, I'm going to go through the presentation. But if there is a question or a comment that I want to address at the moment, I will go ahead and address it then. But other than that, I will save it until later, maybe at the end, closer to the end, so we can get through this. Hey, baby girl, Sunshine Faye, thank you for coming in, sweetie. So good to see you. So good to see all of y'all. I know some people are watching that has not commented. Thank you for watching and listening and being a part of this. Yes, narcissists be narking, right? they won't stop. You know, they once they think you're their property, they will continue to think that even after divorce, separation, whatever it is, they will continue to think that you are their property forever. So I want to start off with a scripture. Hey, Sister Lisa, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Proverbs 4:7 says, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So we want to make sure we do get understanding of these things so we can understand what's really going on, because I was in something I did not understand what it was. So my name is Sharita Hart. My channel is Queen Sunshine. So if you're not subscribed to me, please come on to YouTube and subscribe to my channel, Queen Sunshine. Also, you can follow me on my social medias, which is Facebook and Instagram. And I am on X, but I don't really be on there like that. But you can follow me on those channels as well. And I am an overcomer of domestic abuse. I was married to a narcissist for over 17 years. His name is Joseph King. And I want to share some information about narcissistic disorder, and also want to play a few audio and things that let you hear the insanity of a narcissist. And there are people who are actually in it and don't know that they are. And this could bring light and healing to someone as well, or maybe someone who knows someone who's in it and didn't realize it, as well. So I want to be able to do that for y'all. Now, there will be some trigger alerts, so I'm warning you now that there are things that can be triggering as well. Hey, Miss Lena, how are you? God bless you. Thank you for coming in. Hello, Lolita. Thank you for Lolita. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Thank you, Sister Lisa. Yes, please share if you can. Please hit the like button. We want to get this out in the algorithm so more people can see this, more people can heal, and more people can be set free and be able to get knowledge, get understanding of what this day is all about. Thank you, Miss Lena. I appreciate it. Yes, if you can come back and watch it later, I totally understand. I appreciate you being here. God bless you. Thank you so much. So I do want to make a disclaimer as well that this live is for informational purposes only and should not be used to diagnose or treat anyone or blindly call anyone a narcissist who have some of these traits. Because some people can be narcissistic, it doesn't mean that they're actually a narcissist. So I just want to bring up, there will be trigger alerts. So I'm going to put that on here for you. So those who are watching will know, just brace yourself. If you can't watch it, pause it. There was something I watched one time and it triggered me. I couldn't finish it at first, but then I was able to come back and finish it. And I'm so glad I did, because I really, really needed to hear that information. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the different types of narcissists. NPD is narcissistic personality disorder. You do have some that has BPD, which is borderline personality disorder. Usually narcissists do have other disorders with them, not just the narcissistic part. The symptoms can be more severe. Some are different. Some are most of the time narcissists have a lot of the same traits, and there are different types of narcissists. A lot of times they're able to pull you in with the love bombing. They mirror you. And then once they do that, they start victim shaming you and they start deflecting. So a lot of this that you will hear a lot of this, especially not the love bombing part, of course, because I've been in it long enough at that time. You will hear the victim shaming, you will hear the deflecting, where he will lie and portray me as the person doing the negative things when it's actually him that's doing it. So you will hear those different types of things. Cluster B's, Auntie Karen, which is Cluster B Free, Karen Smith, she does a lot of videos on cluster B's. So it's good to listen and go to her channel and listen to a lot of things she has to say about cluster B's. But you do want to check the DSM file. You can go online. If they have 5 or more traits, then they do have narcissistic personality disorder. Like I said, there's different types. There's covert, malignant, sociopath. There are different types of narcissists. And a lot of times they can have a little bit of the other traits as well. They have antisocial personality disorder, sometimes called sociopath. It's a mental health condition in which a person consistently shows no regard for right and wrong and ignores the rights and feelings of others. Now, a psychopath is someone with the antisocial personality and lack of remorse for their actions. And you're going to hear that in this audio. They also tend to lack empathy for others and may have criminal tendencies. Yes, we see that he had a lot of criminal tendencies. And psychopaths often have the following traits, which are grandiose sense of self-importance. They live in a fantasy world, y'all, that support that delusion of grandeur. They need constant praise and admiration. Like I said, always have to find a way to try to put them up. And when I do that, he's like, I know, just that sense of entitlement. That's what they have, a sense of entitlement, right? They like to exploit others without guilt or shame. And they frequently demean you, intimidate you, bully you, and belittle you, okay? So if you having that situation happen to you, know that you are in an abusive situation, okay? Hello, Scorpio Mama. Thank you for coming in. God bless you. I appreciate you for coming in. And as I said before, I may not really address the chat much, but if I see something that stand out, I will put it up on the screen, or I will address it, or I will address it later when we come back. I will go back through the chat and talk about it later, okay? I do want to bring, hold on, that's a comment I do want to put up here. Cluster B Free Karen said, antisocial personality disorder is the new name for sociopath and psychopath. Yes, that's the new name for it, exactly. So make sure y'all understand that, because they clumped it up into antisocial. And there's a lot of people that's antisocial doesn't mean they're sociopaths and psychopaths, but this is how they want to do it, right? All right. Yes, go real mama. They will turn your family against you. That's so true. And we will talk about that as well, because that's exactly what he tried to do. I want to bring another thing to light before I move on. There is a clinical psychologist at Duke Health. His name is Zachary Rosenthal, and he talks about 9 traits of NPD. And I thought this was really good what he said. He used the acronym Special Me. Okay? So we're going to talk about what that means, and then I'll go into the audio. Okay, so Special Me, the S. Let me get to where he said it. Okay, the S stands for sense of self-importance. The P stands for preoccupation with power, beauty, or success. The E stands for entitled. The C stands for can only be around people who are important or special. The I stands for interpersonally exploitive for their own gain. The A stands for arrogant. L for lack empathy. M for must be admired. E is envious of others or believe that others are envious of them. So, they'll deflect and say, oh, they envious of me, but it's really the other way around, So some people may say, why did you stay? Like, why did you stay in that for 17 years? Why was it difficult to leave? I stayed because I believed in the power of staying in a marriage, fight for your marriage, stay and pray. God hates divorce and God hates remarriage. And I believed in that so strong, and he made sure he pounded me with that as well. He mirrored me. He became a Christian and told me that he was a baby Christian, and he started learning scriptures. It didn't matter. I could have been a Buddhist, y'all. I could have been atheist. It didn't matter what I was. He learned what I was, and he used that against me. And with that, being married, I was pregnant 6 times, have 5 children. I didn't know what to do or where to go. I became a stay-at-home mom. I didn't have no money. I didn't have no place to go. I didn't know what to do. So it felt like I was trapped. I felt trapped. And then at the same time, I felt like I was the problem. He started making me feel like I was the problem. And so I was trying to work on me. I was trying to fix me and get me right until I started recording him, and I started letting my sisters in Christ listen to the recordings, and they started like letting me know, no, this is not right. So that's when I started realizing, wow, I'm in something that's dangerous. And now I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn. I don't know, who to go to help me get out of this. And if you can check my description box, if you're in the live and you would hit the exit button and go to my description box, I have the National Domestic Violence Hotline number there. You can text them, you can call them, you can even go on their website, or if you have to, you can dial 911. But they are discreet. They will call you at a block number just in case the person is there. They will do what they can to try to help you get out of that situation. If you ever need help or need more assistance, you need to talk to me about anything, feel free to message me on Facebook. You can leave me a message here. I believe my email is in my description, but if not, I'll make sure I put it there for you. Also, we have Cluster Be Free, Karen here, and Aunt Pat here that can assist you as well. It's many that are out there that will help you through this, and we'll be able to get the right people to get you to where you need to go. But know that you are beautiful, you are loved, and you are worth getting out of that situation, and you will survive. You will make it. Because I didn't think I could make it. I didn't think I can get out. I didn't know what to do. I was scared he was going to take my kids. He used to say, oh, you take the kids, I'm going to report you and have you arrested. It was so many things he used to say that would scare me, and I didn't know what to do. But praise God, he delivered me from that situation. But I don't want to hold y'all long because I do need to get out of here shortly. But I do want to show this presentation in light of today being the day that it is. I'm just so grateful that we do have a day like this. And I hope that this will be able to help many people. Thank y'all so much again for coming in. And like I said, I will go through the chat later. But if I see something that stands out, I will definitely bring it on the screen, or we will talk about it. Okay, so first I'm going to play audio 1. So just bear with me. And remember, these things can be triggering. So I just want to bring that to your attention. All right, so here we go. So this is audio 1, the abusive ranting of a narcissist. Now, this is the day that he had caused injury to me, this was the day that I had gotten out of that situation, that relationship with him. This is when he had caused injury to my forehead. And so I'm going to play the first clip and we'll talk about it. Okay, before we move on, I do want to bring to your attention that this is him talking to my oldest daughter. At the time, she was 13. He's yelling at her like this, and then he's yelling at me for the way that she's acting. And this is all the while, I'm still bleeding out my forehead.
You doing that to me? That spirit of that demon from your mama is inside you. And I hate that. I'm so tired of people trying to dang on label and mock me and lie on me about something that I'm not. I hate that. You did this to this girl. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Your flesh is going to lay in the ground one day. You wasted God's time in this body. And God's going to condemn you for this. You did this to this little baby. Because you ain't got time for her to do it like you can't do right with it yourself. Can't we see you doing this? If I know I would never marry you, I have to go through this hell with this. I saw what Rochelle did to my daughter Ashley. And you're doing the same thing in a different way. You are. And you playing church for using God as a weapon. And ain't even doing God's work in God's footsteps. And they're going to lie in front of these children and make me look like an abuser because you ain't doing right. You're not. Something is wrong with your mind. And it ain't got nothing to do with me. You was corrupted in your mind before I got here. You never got a sound mind before you married me. You carried that same old baggage from whatever was inside you. And you never cleaned house. Whatever faults that you had before I got here that was in you, you found them in me. You manipulated. You thought they was in me. So you made them me. You just found somebody else to bring that bondage and made it you. You shaped and formed that iniquity thoughts of that mind of me when I was inside you before I got here. It was already in you. I didn't make you this way. You made yourself that way. And I saw that before I got here. I can't change you. I can't change you. You did that. Look at my daughter. Look at this baby. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. I would have never married you if I knew you was this type of woman to do this to me. I can do my son. I can take care of my son. But to do that to that lady, look what you did. God's going to punish you for that. Because you ain't got time to do what's right with that. Because you can't do right within yourself. And you're going to lie and say, I did that on purpose. And then you look, you're still doing it. Yeah, I pushed the door open. Yeah, I sure did. I pushed the door because I knew you were doing something. It wasn't my fault that you had the other door open. That door hit your head.
You got mad and
I don't care how it happened, Sharita. When I pushed that door, if you would have been hiding behind the other door with the phone, that door wouldn't have hit you.
You did it the second time.
I don't care what you say. If you wouldn't have been behind the second door, I had the phone, it wouldn't have happened.
You saw where I was standing there.
Oh my God. Like I say, if you wouldn't have been behind the second door hiding the phone, it wouldn't have happened. If the door went out there open and period for you to even attempt to try to, like I said, if you feel like you gotta hide something, you're doing something you're not gonna business doing.
I was on YouTube.
I mean, damn, you been, you know what, man?
I was using the bathroom.
I'm gonna tell you something. You know what? Something is wrong with you. It's evident. It's something that's not right with you. And now I'm really, the Lord, I'm glad the Lord is really showing me. Hey,
Okay, so I'm gonna bring some context to this, right? So when he opened the door and slammed the door into my forehead, at the time, I have plenty, I want to say this, I have plenty of audio, plenty of text messages, plenty of emails during the marriage and after. Well, I'll say during when we was living together and after the separation happened, that he got to the point where he was trying to separate me from being on YouTube. Many of y'all knows my old YouTube family know that I did YouTube on my it was my Natural Way of Cody channel, which is now Pressing My Way. I had to stop doing that channel and come over and start a new channel as a way of hiding from him. But he hated the fact that I was on YouTube and I had my sisters that many of y'all knew that we call Codys in Christ. Well, I have plenty of audio of him bashing them, telling me that they're no good for me and that I need to leave them alone. Now, mind you, he has already separated me from all my family. So all I did was stay home all day, raise the kids, homeschool, took care of the home, cooked food, and I only could go outside maybe once or twice. And that was just to go to the grocery store. So he was trying to find a way to separate me from them. So in order for me to be able to support, because y'all know how we do, we support each other on YouTube, I had to sneak to support. And some of y'all who may remember, I used to write in the chat, I'm here, I'm listening, but I cannot engage and comment. So that was because if he found me doing that, I would be in trouble. So this day was just like one of those days I was on YouTube and he came into the bathroom, saw that I had my phone. I was trying to hide my phone. I didn't want him to know that I was on there, and he got mad and took the door and slammed it into my forehead. So this is what he's talking about, okay? Hello, Frank G. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Hey, Sissy Daphne. How are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all so much. I miss y'all so much. But thank you for coming on. I'm gonna go to my next clip, which is called Bloody Violence. Yes, so this is continuation of the abuse.
I'm cursing myself. Wow.
Why you keep trying to do that to me, man? Oh no. And then you're gonna bear false witness against me.
You bear. What?
You're not bear false witness.
You bear.
You're a bear false witness.
Wow.
So you know how that thing happens.
Well, you know. Well,
You know what
the
you
truth.
doing. It's not
Well,
a
you know
lie.
the truth.
And then you're gonna try to lie your way out of it.
Oh my goodness, Lord.
And I tell you, man, I'm
Oh.
bring darkness upon your flesh.
Oh my.
All you're doing is shortening your days on earth.
You talking to yourself
I'm trying to think, you don't really,
Yeah,
you don't, you really don't, you're not taking God seriously. You can't be taking God seriously doing that. I can't believe you put that lie in my baby's head. And I can't believe that y'all won't even tell the truth about what I know. I was home in that bathroom. That's been hours that long. quit, you'll start feeling the same way. If I'm doing that, the first thing is like, well, you gotta get up, why you always on the phone and you're on the bathroom on your phone? You gotta use the bathroom. That's wrong. Why you on the phone in the bathroom?
I told you I was on YouTube. I told you what I was doing.
No, that's what your mouth says.
My mouth don't say that. The Lord knows. The Lord knows. He's my witness. But you bust that door on my head. When you pushed the door open, you looked at me and said, "What are you doing?"
I pushed the door open, your hand just happened to be there because you was in the door, hide behind the door.
Then you pushed the door again.
I don't care what you say, man. All I said,
Okay.
you had your head there, you said,
That is such a lie.
when I pushed that door open, trying to see what you were doing.
That's a lie.
That's what happened.
That's a lie.
Like, I'm trying to, Lord, no, I want to put you trying to push you in the head with no door. And you are so wrong trying to promote that lie to my children about me. And then you going to sit there and try to...
This him yelling at me with my face looking like this, y'all. This is what my face looks like.
That is not no abuser. I just put the door open to try to see what you were doing, and she did it, try to hide behind the freaking door, so I couldn't see what she was doing. She did that. I'm just trying to sit down and try to make you know I'm an abuser. Because she read what she told. I didn't do that to you. The Lord allowed it to happen for a reason. God allowed that. I didn't do that. The Lord allowed that. The Lord trying to tell you something.
Okay, that tripped me out when he said God allowed that. God allowed that to happen for a reason. I didn't allow that, but thinking back about it, I'm like, you know what, God, I'm glad that it did happen because that was my way to get out. That was my way out. And I knew that if I did not take that exit, no telling what would have happened to me if I would have stayed in that. I mean, I'm literally bleeding out my forehead. And he's yelling and talking to me like that and telling me how God allowed it.
Me too.
A man can say he wanted a boy and trying to tell you that he's tired of your ways, and then you turn around and gonna say, oh, what you want to do with me? That's clearly that you know that you got something else on your mind, and you know something you're not gonna be doing. This is why you have that spirit inside you of that kind of walk that you had as a little young girl. Because of your mom. It's not your daddy. Touch Stop trying to hide. Get over here so I can see your face. I'm your daddy. Get over here so I can see your face. See that demeanor that you have? That's a spirit. That's something that's lacking in you. That's come down from your generation of your mom. Because you're not being abused. You're not being molested. You're getting stuff from your daddy. You got an encouraging daddy. You got a daddy that resists. You got a God-fearing daddy. You got a daddy that protects you, loves you, and encourages you. So guess what? It's not on daddy's side. Daddy, give you what you need.
That grandiose part of him, right?
That's coming from your mama. That's coming from her seed. These words that will curse your children's children. That means that's your children, that's my grandchildren. The sins of the mother and the father fall down on the children. David said, man, the mom don't believe. I'm trying to say the mom don't believe that word. She don't believe that word. She's not absorbing it. And then to tell that lie, they make it seem like I hit her in the head on purpose. No, I went to go to see what she was doing.
Okay, so he's doing all this in front of the children, and he doesn't care. He does this in front of the children. Now, as you hear this audio, as the victim blaming, you will also see he sent a message to my cousin. You take time to read it, explaining to him what happened, and then goes on to talk about how he felt bad. He didn't know what to do. I spent hours and hours in the bathroom. So this is his way of trying to create flying monkeys.
It's called an accident. That's what it's called. It's called an accident. Then you have an accident? Then you have an accident? Huh? Did you have an accident? When you were little, you got this on your...
Okay, so you see, now he's going to the children, to different one of my children, and saying, you remember when you did this to your sister and you caused the accident? You remember when you did that to your brother and you caused the accident? He's trying to downplay what he did as if it was just a simple accident. So therefore, they won't look at him as this mean, bad person that hurt mommy. It's an accident. He's trying to, make it as if it's the same as when they cause the accident towards each other.
Then why you doing on purpose? Oh, okay. Who else had an accident in his house? Well, you had an accident in his house. Somebody doing on purpose? Did you accidentally hit the body in the face with some Jericho? Did you accidentally hit Jericho? Did you accidentally hit Jericho? I'm just saying, accident. That's what it was. I'm telling y'all what it was. Your mama was on that phone, hiding behind the door, and I pushed that door open. The door here and there. Then I hate and despise that she was sitting there and trying to make me look like an abuser. Why you hiding from me? This is why you have that spirit inside you of that kind of walk that you had as a little young girl. Because of your mom. It's not your daddy. Stop trying to hide. Get over here so I can see your face. I'm your daddy. Get over here so I can see your face. See that demeanor that you have? That's a spirit. That's something that's lacking in you. that's come down from your generation of your mom. Because you're not being abused. You're not being molested. You're getting stuff from your daddy. You got an encouraging daddy. You got a daddy that resists. You got a God-fearing daddy. You got a daddy that protects you, loves you, and encourages you. So guess what? It's not on daddy's side. Daddy, give you what you need. I give you allowance. That's coming from your mama. That's coming from her seed. The words that I will curse your children's children. That means that's your children, that's my grandchildren. The sins of the mother and the father fall down on the children. David said, man, your mom don't believe. I'm trying to say your mom don't believe that word. She don't believe that word. She's not absorbing it. And then to tell that lie, to make it seem like I hit her in the head on purpose. No, I went to go to see what she was doing. It's called an accident. That's what it's called. It's called an accident. Then you get her an accident? Then you get her an accident?
So you hear the constant blame, saying that it's an accident, he didn't do it on purpose, yet he continually yelling and fussing at me and blaming me and my bloodline for the reason why my oldest daughter was the way she was, and never taking accountability. Hello, Zachariah. Thank you for coming in. God bless you. And blessings to, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but thank you for coming in. You're on the Pressing My Way side of my account on the YouTube. So thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate y'all being here. And I will go through the chat and go over everything that was said after I finish these clips. I got a few more for y'all to listen to. So this is my next one that I'm going to play. This is him being in denial, anger, and his threat against me.
You doing that to me? That spirit of that demon from your mama is inside you.
So this is a reminder of how the verbal abuse is constant. It was almost every day I had to deal with his verbal abuse, and it was getting unbearable to the point I didn't know what to do.
I'm so tired of people trying to dang on label and mock me and lie on me about something that I'm not. I hate that. You did this to this girl. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Your flesh is going to lay in the ground one day. You wasted God's time in his body. And God's going to condemn you for this. You did this to this little baby. Because you ain't got time for her to do it like you can't do right with it yourself. Can't believe you doing this. If I know I would never manage to have children to go through this hell with this. I saw what Moshe did to my daughter Ashley.
So as you can hear, he tried to use his baby mother and try to use it as a knock against me to try to make her look bad as well. I'm not sure if y'all can see what's on the screen, but this is the email that he sent me after the separation, and him calling himself apologizing for what he did to me. And in this email, I'm just going to read it to y'all because it's really crazy. I'm not sure if anyone can read it, but you can screenshot and take time to read it. It says, I'm sorry for forever hurting you and putting you and our children in pain. I never thought I was causing y'all pain. I give y'all so much, and I try to spoil all of you with everything you've always wanted. But I guess my best wasn't good enough. I understand what happened is the past, but I can't change it all. The only thing I can change is now and how I react and do things now to please God. Again, I apologize for the way I've caused unhappiness on all of you. It's evident that y'all don't want me no more. I'm sorry that you feel I was pointing fingers. I was just speaking my truth, not to condemn you in any way. When I speak of you, I speak of true love and affection for my wife, not lust of you, but real love that the Holy Spirit can put in a real man of Christ, in a real man of Christ. I'm sorry I couldn't please you and satisfy you the way you wanted, and I pray the best for my babies and you, and I'm sorry I have disappointed and let you all down. I'm not good enough for you all, and it hurts me so bad to say this. I pray that y'all find the godly man who will fulfill all of y'all needs and make y'all happy where I have not succeeded. I'm in so much pain. Lord, help me. I give up. You win. I don't care about this life no more. Sharita, you deserve better than me. And I pray you find the one who can make you happy. And I'm no good to anybody. Find happy. Sorry, man. I'm no good to anybody. Find happiness. I hate my life. I love my babies and you so much that I will ask God to take me so y'all can be happy. Oh, wow. I don't know how he is going to do it, but I am tired of hurting like this without my family. Now that I see y'all don't need me or want me, I'm giving myself up as a sacrifice to God so y'all can experience real fun and happiness. Take care, Sharita. I will always love y'all. I will call the DSS girl to clarify, but that's what she told me on two separate occasions. That's a whole nother situation with the DSS thing. Sorry, I hurt you and destroyed your life, but I meant well and I tried so hard to make you happy. There isn't a woman on this planet that I would want to spend my life with and have beautiful children with. I love you, Riri Bug. Your mom will be pleased of what you have become. As I sit here in my car freezing and alone, hurting and in pain, I can't describe. I realize no one cares about me here and in Virginia, which he's talking about his own family in Virginia, and anywhere else on this planet. I'm a nobody, and my life proves it. I hate myself and this disaster of a body I'm in. I don't deserve somebody beautiful and pretty like you. You should have married someone 4 times better than me. I was never on your level. You brought yourself down to my level, hoping I would catch up. And my retarded A is so dumb to comprehend anything. I pray I make it to heaven after this and that God understand my pain enough that he gives me a pass. Wow, get a pass. Because I ain't S. Dogs are smarter than me. You should have never put yourself so low to marry some dirty, trifling bum like me. You marry me is like Jesus becoming an ant. I see it now. I'm holding you back, but no more. And please get in contact with your brother Devon. He's really sick, which he is okay now, y'all. And goodbye, Sharita. Tell my children, Daddy said goodbye, and I'm sorry I let them down as their father. They deserve better, and that I love them so much. Pray for my soul. Wow, right? Yes. Here we go, right here. He said, this email is classic pity party and veiled references to unaliving himself. This is a classic manipulation tactic email. Exactly. It is a classic manipulation. Yes, Sunshine Faye. But let me tell you, this about this email. He wrote this email to me on December 22nd, 2020, okay? December 22nd, 2020. When I read this email, it scared me. I'm not gonna lie, I was really scared. On December 26th, 2020, he broke in my house and raped me. And I did not have my friend One Virtuous Woman. Many of y'all know Marcel from One Virtuous Woman. Y'all know she lives in California. And we was on the Marco Polo app at the time. It was like 2 in the morning. He broke into my house and she was on the phone. She was able to call the police for me. Now, had I not have been on that recording, because Marco Polo records it as well, so we recorded the incident as well. Had I not been on that, and she not happened to not be on there while I was leaving a message, I don't know what would have happened to me, because he owned a gun. We had a gun in the house and he put it up somewhere. I would not know what would have happened to me and my kids, especially with an email like that. So these are things that they do, y'all. Do not take what they say lightly. Don't say, oh, they just talking, they just trying to get me back, which they are. They're trying to get you back. But if you don't fall for it and come back, they will try to get you another way, even if it has to unalive you. Zacharias said, pathetic excuse of a man, and to bring God into this is mind-blowing. Of course, very mind-blowing. Yes, Anitra, thank you for coming in, Anitra. God bless you. Yes, so sad. This whole letter is such deception and manipulation. Right. It really is. So I did want to bring this to your attention because there are many who are going through this and are being manipulated this way, and they come back into the relationship because they feel sorry for the narcissist, and then they get worse. Of course, in the beginning, I know there was times we had issues and I was like, I can't do it. And he would do that pity party thing and I would feel sorry and things would be good for at first, but then it slowly go back and it gets worse. They get worse. The older they get worse, y'all. They get worse. So I'm going to play one more audio. This one is the accomplice. Before I play it, let me put up what Cluster B said. Education. When a manipulator makes threats of harming themselves, it is to get an emotional response. Do not respond to them. Call, send the police. It can get a 72-hour psychiatric hold on them. Ooh, y'all see that? I wish I would have known that then. But when he broke into my house and did what he did and the police came, there was a whole big thing on that. I had to go get a rape kit done. And they dropped the ball and closed the case. But I was able, a couple years later, I was able to get the case reopened, and it's an ongoing situation now. So he will be held accountable for what he did. All right. Where is he now? He is where he's at. he hasn't been around, so I'm not sure where he is right now. But who knows? He's probably in the background listening right now. That's probably where he's at, listening to this live, honestly. Okay, so this next one is the flying monkey. I had to play this one. This is an audio of my stepdad. Now, my stepdad has not been in the picture. My stepdad doesn't know really anything about our situation. Joseph King, the narcissist, once he had to leave because I had to call the police and get the police there because he injured me, he started reaching out to my family and friends, and it's just been really crazy. And so he reached out to my stepdad, which is a pastor. His name is Donald Frazier, and he ended up calling him his pastor. When in the marriage, he did not like him. He always said negative things about him. And of course, he done that. He did the same with my sister, my brother, my aunt, everybody else. He always said things about them. But as soon as he got out, he acted like he was best friends to them, trying to get to them before I could talk to them, and try to make me look like I was the one that was wrong and did him wrong and called the police on him and listened to a 13-year-old. It was really crazy. But this flying monkey said some really terrible things about me. Now, my stepdad, we were scared of him growing up. We was very scared of him. He was an abusive dad. And he used to whoop our butts bare naked, make us lay across his legs and put our legs under his leg while he whooped us up to high school years, naked, with bottom down naked, let's say that. And he also inappropriately did a sexual touching to my older sister and me when we were minors. We was in high school. So for him to say the things that he said about me was very painful to hear. And the reason why Joseph King, which is the ex, recorded this, because he turned this into the guardian ad litem, who some of y'all may not know what a guardian ad litem is, but that is pretty much like a lawyer for the children. And he turned it into the guardian ad litem to try to make me look bad and say that was my dad saying these things about me, to try to destroy my character. Okay, so I'm about to play this right now so you can hear what he had to say.
You gotta fight back. I'm trying to tell you, you gotta fight back. You at the point now where you gotta fight back, Joe. Because Serena ain't doing nothing but doing all this stuff, and she gonna keep doing it as long as you just sit there and take it. She in her head, well, he's sitting there taking it, so what? She feeling like everybody believing what I'm saying, so I'm just gonna keep punching it. No, man. You gotta fight back, Joe. You got to. You can't go through this all the time. It's too much. I don't like what's going on with that. You just cannot continue to sit there and take that. And then she draining you of all your money and everything. And in her head, as long as I keep him broke, he can't do nothing. But you can't do that. You can't do that, Joe. You still can do something about it. Get a lawyer and go after her. That ain't hurting the children. I mean, she ain't doing nothing but she's taking advantage of it because you letting her do that. And I'm telling you, you can't do that. We're at the point now, it's time out for saying, I'm just going to listen to God. I'm telling you what God is saying. God is saying, tell him it's time for him to get on the offense and stop just sitting, making these punches. Stop that.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was me, I promise you, if that was me, I'd have been on the offense 2 months ago. I sure would. God is already moving, but then you got your part you got to play. Your part right now is you cannot stay passive any longer. It's time to get up and fight. God gonna either, make you get up and fight, or you're gonna get walked on a whole lot more. You cannot do that. You can't do it, Joe. And I'm telling you, God is serious about this. It's time to get on the offense. That don't mean you doing something wrong, because you got to get out there and prove your case and get your name cleared up, because all the mess that she done went and done. She's doing too much. Way too much. Well, you get in touch with them lawyers, you ain't going to have to do nothing but get them out there on the case and start building evidence. That's all. You ain't got to do nothing now. As long as you let it drag out, and you don't go after her and prove that she's been out there being unfaithful, you drag that thing out forever. And now is the time to get them private investigating them lawyers out there and build that case against her. You know, can't nobody lead you astray if it ain't something in you that wants that. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. She wants this. And she is going after it because she not only want to hurt you, but then she want to mess your name up. And then you ain't going to be able to hardly go, no, wait, now you know you was on the border of losing your job, and God fixed that. And she just ain't stopping. It's like she just want to see you drug all the way down, and then, bottom line, put him in jail somewhere, lock him up. You still holding on to something that just ain't there. It ain't there. I've been telling you for the longest, let it go.
Oh,
She ain't concerned about her. She ain't concerned about you. Put everything in your power to pull this man down and drag him through the mud. No, man. You gotta stop, sitting over there with this false hope saying, well, maybe God will turn it all around. God is saying, hold up. Wait. He ain't showing no signs of remorse. Not even one. Now he's saying you got to shift gears and go in another direction. You're gonna have to get on offense and become the aggressor and prove to them that she ain't nothing but right now she's scandalous. That's scandalous what she's doing. Simply scandalous. I expect an unbeliever to do that. But here you are calling yourself a child of God and going to them extremes?
So
you gotta fight back.
He would actually say that this is something God is telling him that he needs to do. Have no idea what me and the children been through. Have no idea that you call yourself a pastor and you giving these type of advice, but yet knowing the household I lived in with him, he has no right to be giving anybody any type of advice. And to say she called herself a Christian, you call yourself a pastor, and you do the things you do. You did the things you did. So it's these type of things, you're able to, like Cluster Be Free was saying, getting those flying monkeys together so they can have their supply. And then then the flying monkeys start coming against you and they have no idea what you're going through or what you've been through, but they're listening to the narcissist and believe in them. Another thing I wanted to show y'all, there was a court case that I went to, my first divorce court case. That was June 13 of 2022. I do want to say thank you, Auntie Karen, which is Cluster Be Free, Karen Smith. She helped me with putting my paperwork together for that divorce hearing, which we never got to have the divorce on that day. Actually, the year my divorce will be this July 10th. Praise God. My divorce was final on the 23rd, which I call it the demonic contract that I was in was final. But during that time, I decided to get the transcript of that hearing. So I want to show some parts of that transcript. This is public information. You can get the transcript yourself. You got to pay your little amount for it, but all this court hearings are public, so they are accessible to the public. You just have to, like I said, pay for it. So I did highlight some parts in here that I kind of want to bring to your attention. So this was supposed to be the final hearing of my divorce case. That was in June of 2022. Of physical cruelty and the order for separate maintenance, custody, visitation, child support, and restraining orders. At this time, I did have an order of protection against him. I currently still have an order of protection against him. And I believe somebody had asked about where he's at and everything. I do want to say that I consistently stay protected. I have everything that I need together. I'm not going to say what everything is because it's none of his business because I'm sure he's listening, but I am protected and I am armed as well. I will say that I am armed and I know how to use it. So I make sure my children and myself are protected because you never know with these narcissists. They can act like they're gone. It could be years. And next thing you know, they show up. I heard someone say that like years later, they just showed up on their street. So you never know with them. You have to stay protected. And of course, we know we have God by our side and we walk by faith and we continue to keep ourselves safe as well as our children. That is important. So here, I do want to bring some information. Yes, Cluster Be Free. Thank you, Sister Nancy. Yes, you're not a lawyer, but I'm telling you, your service have been a blessing to me during this time. And I'm glad that I was, even though I wasn't able to use what I had, I'm glad that I have it on record. This is important that this information is on record. And I will share after I show y'all this, the reason why it's important. So the courts, when it talks about the courts, this is the judge, okay? So the courts did mention that he thought everything was resolved except for the issue of custody and alimony. I had to let him know that's not completely correct. So he told me to go ahead and address the court. So in yellow, number 22, he says, what is the status of the case then? I say, Your Honor, I feel that Mr. King needs to be evaluated due to some concerns that I have of him and his mental health and instability with some of the text messages, emails, and some of the things that he has said in the Our Family Wizard app. So this is an app that we had to use in order to communicate about the children because he could not contact me directly, which he still can't because of the order of protection. It will violate the order of protection. So I asked him if I could present the information. And he asked me, did I show this to him? And I said I didn't, but I did have copies for him, which I printed out. So I distributed the copies. And I said I tried to make them small as I could because it's a lot. One of my concerns I have about Mr. King's mental health is that Mr. King, I feel that he is suicidal and that my concern is for my safety and the safety of my children, especially after this divorce goes forward. Now, mind you, while we in court here, this was June of 2022, he had already broken into my house twice. Okay, second time raped me, got my order of protection, and then the next time my alarm system goes off when I go take my children to supposed to be their visit, and when I come back, the police meets me there, and I noticed the crawl spaces moved. So I know he used to work doing crawl space work, so that scared me, thinking that maybe he was waiting for me to come home by myself, knowing I was going to drop the kids off. And so when I went to go get the children from their visits, which they was using our Fatherhood Coalition to help the supervised visitation, find out my children said that he was so late, they barely even did a visit. They said they probably only had like 30 minutes with him. And that really scared me when I found that out. And I realized I needed to move from that place. I had to leave because there may not be a next time. Like he done broke in twice already, and then this happens. So I end up having to leave, and we end up going to hotel. And mind you, this was the time when DSS was on the case because the children were home when he injured me. So I'm just want to bring that to light as I'm reading this, that all that had already transpired. And then you can hear what he says. I'm going to show you what he says in court to the judge. After all that happened. So I says, there are some statements that Mr. King has stated in here. If you look at page, look on the back of the page, there's a text message that I put on there where he says, Sharita, I need you so bad. I can't live without you. I can't go on without you in my life. And for me to come back to him. In this text message and also in the emails, there are situations where there are a number of people on the other side where he showed have been shot and killed that he sent to my email. The number of people matches the number of people in my home. So he specifically pulled certain articles that was close to the number of people in my home or close to my situation and emailed them to me. I let him know it's me and my 5 children. So in one, he says, this is why the Holy Spirit told me I should pray for mass shooting daily, because it could easily be you and me and a family member shooting 6 people dead, including 5 children. How he specifically showed these to me. I sent this to my caseworker at the time, where it says I emailed this to DSS and I explained to her what happened, but they didn't do anything about the emails at all. I sent it to DSS, they didn't do anything. At the time, I did have a lawyer. She told me I should send it to DSS, but they never did a thing about it. The second one says, please pray for mass shooting and 5 people, including a pregnant woman killed, was in the title. I thought this was concerning that he specifically picked these 2 articles to send me. So this is a concern. Also on the order of protection, I did make a copy of the order of protection plus some other statements that's on here. So, they go through here. The court says that we can be seated on that part, because he said that he wanted to go back to the issue at hand, that the contested issues. So he just he listened, but he kind of dismissed it, but it is on record, okay? And so the judge says, he asks, is the paternity as at issue? He said, there's a question mark. Is there any question about paternity of these 5 children? I say not that I know of. He never, during all that time, ever said anything about he had a problem with paternity, right? And so he asked him, and he said, yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir, I would like, because of certain things that transpired after and the judge said, you need to speak up a little loud, I can't understand you. He said, after I was falsely accused of domestic violence on December 8th, I was alerted to a lot of other issues that drew a red flag for infidelity against me. And to me, this stuff that she's talking about happened way in 2021. So he's admitting right there that he did send me this stuff, because he's like, well, that was in 2021, that she's talking about, So the court says, well, let me get back to the original question, which was, are you contesting or disputing the paternity? He said, yes. So he said, just a minute, let me finish my question. Are you contesting or disputing paternity as to any of the 5 children named in the pleading who are subject in this case? He says, yes, sir. He says, which one are you disputing? So this is new to me, right? I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it, right? So I kind of blurt out my children's name, but he mentions 2 of my youngest children's names. He said they are the last 2 children, and possibly this is the 3rd child. So she's the middle, then my 2 youngest. So it's the 9-year-old. She was 9 at the time. She will turn 9, and my 4-year-old son and 6-year-old daughter. The court says, all right, so paternity is that issue. As I understand, custody is that issue between both parties. In the mediation report, it indicates that the visitation and parenting time have been settled. Is that accurate, ma'am? And I say, no, sir, we're having problems with the visitation schedule as well. So I did establish that we have not established an agreement. And at this time, Mr. King said, everything that has been said has been false and lies. I have never been this man. It's hard to defend a lie, but all I can do is stand in the truth today. I have never been physically or financially abusive or any life-threatening issue to my wife and children, and she knows that. So the court says, all right, let me come back. I'm going to try to keep going down the list. So these are the things that he did every time we went to court. We was going back and forth to court for something. And every time we went to court, he would just start going after me. She puts my name down. She says this about me. She says that about me. And I'm just standing there letting him rant. Just standing there, just listening while he continues with his rant, and it means nothing to the judge. It means nothing. So this is the things I had to go through, and I have not talked about the final hearing, the divorce hearing, y'all. That one was a really crazy one where the judge had to really get on him because he called himself trying to rebuke me in court. It was really crazy. But with this being said, I want to say that I am holding him accountable for what he has done. Okay. So right now I have a federal lawsuit against him. Here's the lawsuit that is against him. I do have it on file. It is public record, and it is against him, against my stepdad, and against this company. So I will keep y'all updated on this federal lawsuit. And I just thank God for what he has done. I thank God for his healing, for just continue to move in a mighty way in my life. So I say December 8th is my liberation day. That is the day that God has set me free from being in that home with him, which is a bad and dangerous situation that I was in, my children was in, and I'm so glad that God gave me the strength to get out of that. And so I consider December 8th my liberation day. So praise God for deliverance, right? So the straw that broke the camel's back, I will always remind myself of that scar on my forehead, that day changed my life, y'all. And God is so good that he protected me and my children. He got us through that, and he continues to get us through. You know, I got a better sense of who I am and who I am in Christ. I had to remember exactly who I am, that God cares about me. God cares about my children. God cares about what concerns me. He said, I will perfect that which concerneth thee. And see, I had to remind myself of what his word says, not what his word says according to the eyes of a narcissist, but according to who God is, a true loving father. So I'm grateful for that. Now I'm rebuilding myself after escaping that narcissistic relationship. I'm doing things I never thought I would be able to do, y'all. Me going back to school, I never saw it coming. Never saw it. But I'm just so blessed. I'm so grateful that I was able to get the strength through Christ to be able to go back to school, be able to take care of my 5 children. I didn't know how I would do it, work and take care of my children. And then now I'm in school, been making it on the dean's list, y'all. Like, God is so good. And just now, I just finished my spring course. So I'm really honored and grateful. Being able to finish my spring course with all A's is a blessing, you know. So God's willing, I will be graduating this time next year and headed to law school. I already did my written part of my LSAT, and I'll be doing my LSAT exam coming up on next Friday, a week from, well, actually, I might as well just say Friday coming up. So, yes, that is awesome. Also, I took my mental health class. So I do have my mental health first aid, where I will be able to provide initial help to someone experiencing a mental health or substance use challenge. And this, I will have this for 3 years. So I'm grateful to be able to help others, you know, pursuing what God has called me to pursue. Just continue to rebuild. Looking at myself, I'm like, wow, I'm healthier, I'm balanced. I remember I used to fast so much, y'all, for him, that I lost so much weight. I stayed small. I didn't look healthy. But looking at myself now, I'm like, look at me now, y'all. God is so good. He is so amazing. And I'm just so grateful to God and who he is in my life. So I just want to say thank y'all for coming in. I really appreciate it. You know, I just became aware of Narcissist Awareness Day, and I knew I had to come live because I want to help those others to feel liberated as myself, as I am able to share my experience. And I hope that I'm able to come on here and share more to bring awareness to others. And I know that some of these things may be triggering. I remember when I first listened to these things, the audios, it was very triggering to me and it was hard. But now looking back and listening, I'm like, wow, God, look at what you got me out of. Look at how you set me free. I thought I was going to die in that thing, y'all. I thought this was my life. I thought, well, God, this is my tribulation. This is what you want from me. But didn't realize the not just the damage on myself, but this was also damaging to my children and the hurt and the pain they had to go through because of this. So I thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate it so much. I'm gonna go through the chat and I'm gonna go through the messages in the chat, and then we can exit up out of here. So I want to thank you again, everyone that are here with me. I really appreciate y'all being here. Frugal Mama, I don't know I say hello to you, but thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate that. I appreciate you all. Sunshine Faye, love you. My new daughter, love you. Zachariah Black said, good afternoon, Sharita. Looking forward to learning more about this particular topic. Thank you so much for wanting to learn more about this topic because it's a very, very important topic to talk about. And I'm grateful that you came on. Hey, Rochelle. Hey, sweetie. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. And Miss Lena, Miss Lisa, Lolita, Washington, thank you for coming in. God bless you. I really appreciate you being here. Yes, y'all continue to click the like button, share me out on your social media so I can get pushed out into the algorithm, and so I can, come up here and make more videos and have more people come on here to be aware of these things. And we pray more healing come, right? Cluster B Free said many narcissists have more than one additional cluster B issues. That's so true. That needs to be on the screen. They really do. More than one cluster B issues. It's so important to learn and understand what these things are so you know what it is. You'll be able to warn someone about these cluster Bs. Scorpio Mama said, my ex was and is a narc. Oh, wow. I'm almost lost my mind dealing with that bird. Oh, my goodness. I am so sorry. Ooh, protect your mind, right? You really do have to protect your mind. You have to heal. It's a lot of things. I cannot remember from growing up as a kid, and I don't understand like why I can't remember these things. But it's important to protect your mind and start doing things like going back to school, doing a craft, continue in prayer and getting in your word and speak life over yourself is very important because, we can gaslight ourselves. We've been gaslighted for so many years and we can have those traits, those narcissistic traits, so we have to learn how to, like pretty much like a detox, detox ourselves off of that. So Cluster B said antisocial personality disorder is the new name for sociopath and psychopath, right? And Scorpio Mama said they steal your money. Also, yes, Scorpio Mama, I definitely need to do a live about that. How he used to be financially abusive towards me, and even when I got out, he tried. And I know Auntie Karen, Cluster B Freak, knows a lot about that, where he had money get taken out my account. I mean, it was crazy the things that he did. But they will, whatever they can do, if they can keep you needing them financially, emotionally, they want to be your friend, your mama, your daddy. They want to be all that, so they can continue to control and manipulate you. They don't want you to have friends. They don't want you to have money. They don't want you to have nothing. And if you have money, like you said, they stay stealing it. They will keep getting it as much as they can. Auntie Karen said, a narcissist does not always have antisocial personality disorder. Exactly. However, antisocial personality disorder is always a narcissist, right? But it doesn't mean that they always have it. Correct. Thank you for sharing that, Auntie Karen. I appreciate that. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much for doing that for me. I appreciate it. Scorpio Mama said, I feel sorry for folks that parents are narc. They don't let you get away. I do. I feel sorry as well because it's like, you're stuck in that situation and you have to deal with that, with being in that. And I think about my children, what they had to go through, especially my oldest too, and just watching them heal. I'm grateful to see them healing from that now. Scorpio mom said, I feel sorry for folks that parents are not, they don't let you get away. And Sunshine Face said, I felt that. Thank you, sweetie, for being here. I appreciate you. Anitra, blessing sister, so very, very thankful you are doing this and bringing awareness and insight into this issue. Thank you, Jesus, for bringing healing to women and men all over the world through this. Amen. Lord, we pray for healing through this. Amen. Scorpio mama said, my ex was a Muslim and the biggest liar I ever met. There you go, right there. It doesn't matter. They can be Muslim, Christian. It doesn't matter. They know how to play that role, and they can be the biggest liar, biggest hypocrite. And don't call them out on this stuff. If you call them out on their stuff, they will they will go off on you about it, but they'll call you out on anything they feel like you're not right on. Scorpio, cause to be free said, I woke up in the middle of the night and saw the ex-narc sitting on the floor by me, going through every plastic holder in my wallet. He knew I stuck $20, $50 bills for emergency. That's so sad. That is terrible. But they will do that. They will definitely go in your stuff. They will. That's crazy that he actually took your money out. Greetings, Frugal Mama. Thank you. Scorpio Mama said they watch you while you sleep. Yes. Good blessings, Tanisha Mills, a flaming fire for the Lord. Thank you for coming in. And Scorpio Mama said it's a demon. Exactly. Nancy said, yes, narcissism is a demon. Yes. Costa Be Free said, always woke up to him staring at me. Creepy. It's very creepy. And at night, why do they wait? For most of them, they wait till you sleep, like really, really tired and sleepy. And they want to start talking about all kind of stuff. It's like they want to get you in that mode where you're too tired to really say anything. And they just start talking about all kind of stuff, like crazy stuff. He used to do that a lot. He waited until I was exhausted. And then he would get mad, like, oh, you don't want to listen to me. And I would just really try to fight my sleep to talk to him. Scorpio Mama said, my ex was the only man I knew who walked around with a gun on his side daily. Wow, crazy. Sunshine Face said, ooh, I cannot stop drinking until I love him. Wow, really? And see, they will drive you to do things like that. They will drive you to drink it. They will drive you. Like my thing was fasting all the time. I just fasted. I fasted so much. Somebody said, you want to fast? Yep. I fast with y'all fast. Because it became me so much that I barely ate. I always fasted for him. And I'm not saying nothing's wrong with fasting, but you want to make sure that, the Lord is leading you to that fast, that, it's of God. And I just didn't eat. I didn't have an appetite, really. I barely ate. I ate like a bird too. So yeah, prayers. Thank you, Frank G. I appreciate you being here. He sounds like a boss. And Zachariah Black said, was he raised by a single mother? I don't know of any real men that would go on this long rant about any situation. It's definitely giving off feminine energy. Now, the thing about that, Zachariah, there are narcissists who were raised by a two-parent household. And that was the thing. I was thinking like, man, maybe I need to, stay in this household because, the kids need a daddy. So, we could look at it and think, oh, a lot of people who have been in narcissistic relationships and marriages, they that are narcissists or end up being with a narcissist came from a two-parent household. And so I have learned that myself, that it doesn't always mean that the mother raised them by himself, but he did have situations where his dad wasn't there and he had to get raised by other people. So he had things that happened to them, but it's your choice. It's your decision. Are you going to allow yourself to be taken over by this entity and portray these characteristics towards other people? You got your mindset where, oh, I'm not gonna let nobody hurt me no more. I'll hurt you before you hurt me. Or are you going to be the one that's going to make a change? So, you know what? I want to make a difference. I want to be different. Because you have men out there say, I'm going to be different. I'm going to raise my kids. I'm going to take care of my kids. I didn't have my dad in my life. I didn't have my dad there. And they want to do right, by the woman. Or vice versa, because you have women out here who are narcissists as well. And they do men wrong. And they make up their mind, I'm going to do you before you do me. So Frank said, shaking my head. Hey, everybody. Cluster B said he is doing classic projection. Projection is confession, right? Projection is confession. Put that up there. He definitely was doing that. Definitely doing that. Sunshine Face said no, heavy on the feminine, right? Heavy on the feminine. He definitely was heavy on the feminine and still is. But they sound like a feminine low key. Love you, Daphne. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all being here. That narcissist will isolate a person from family, friends, and things you enjoy doing. This is so you have support during the abuse. Yes, during the abuse being done to you. Yes, they don't want you to have the support. Yeah, doing the abuse, so they will isolate you. And I can, go on about that. We'll talk about that soon. I have to get ready to go soon. But I do want to thank y'all for coming on here. Nancy, yes, Sister Nancy, they don't want you interacting with other people. They don't want you having any support from friends and family. They want to keep you to yourself. Blessing and Chris Wright, thank you for coming in here. I appreciate it. I really appreciate y'all being here. Yes, narcissists will scream, yell at you in front of your kids. They don't care. You got some that will separate you because they want to use your kids against you. So it really depends on the narcissist. But Sunshine Face that he's irritating. Yes, Frugal Mama. Thank y'all so much again for being here. Pathetic gifts of a man to bring God into this, right? That's what they will do. They will bring them in. But we want to continue to educate. I thank y'all so much for your kind words. Y'all are so sweet. Thank y'all. And Scorpion Mama, I really do pray that you're able to get that book out that you're writing, that God will, just work that out for you. But I appreciate y'all again. Thank y'all so much for coming in. I love y'all. I'm looking forward to doing another live with y'all. And I hope that we can continue to bring awareness to this sickness and that more people will be free from the situation. Cluster B said, I heard him clapping his hands when he was raging at you. I am from San Francisco and have gay friends. The only males that clap their hands when talking. Okay. Look, okay now. All right. I'm still on the juicy streets on the channel. Okay, Frank G, I'll have to come and check you out. And all y'all who are here. I hope you have a wonderful and weekend and be safe as well, Sister Lisa. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming again. And may God bless y'all and keep y'all. Thank y'all again. Y'all be blessed. Bye.